where the country has declared a state of emergency in its Pacific Islands territory of New Caledonia. French police and military reinforcements have been deployed to end days of unrest over the government's move to change the provincial election rules. 3 indigenous Kanak people and a police officer have been killed in violence that erupted on Monday night, that is, and has continued despite an overnight curfew. Hundreds are reported injured. The state of emergency has been in force at 5 a.m. local time that gives the authorities wide search and arrest powers. A statement from the High Commissioner office that represents the French state in New Caledonia said 5 people were put under house arrest as alleged sponsors of the violent disturbances. It added that more searches will take place in the coming hours. More than 200 rioters have been arrested, it added.
We feel oppressed. We are angry. Everything is taking place over there. And us, we are wondering, are we being heard? We, the Kanak people?
Est-ce qu'on nous entend?
Military reinforcements were on the way from Marseille to help secure New Caledonia's international airport and ports that are closed since the start of the week. The state of emergency will be in force for 12 days. Now, for weeks, anger has been simmering over plans to amend the French constitution to allow people who stayed in New Caledonia for 10 years to vote in its provincial elections, diluting a 1998 accord that limits voting rights. Indigenous Kanak people, who make up 40% of the territory, fear that the move will undermine their position in the territory. This week's violence came as the National Assembly voted in Paris to adopt the measure. A joint sitting of the National Assembly and the Senate needs to be convened for the new rules to take effect because they represent a constitutional change.
Moi, ce que je m'aperçois, c'est qu'on n'a jamais pensé.
What I realize is that they have never thought about us. They talk about sharing and balance, but that's never been the case.
D'équilibre, mais il n'y a jamais eu ça.
New Caledonia lies 1,500 kilometers or 930 miles east of Australia. France colonized it in the 19th century. The last serious unrest in the 1980s led to the 1998 agreement known as the Noumea Accord, promising greater autonomy, as well as 3 referendums on independence. And in all 3, most recently in December of 2021, voters opted to be part of France. Pro-independent parties boycotted the final referendum that took place in the COVID-19 pandemic time that had a devastating effect on the Kanak community. There are also large disparities of wealth between the Kanaks and the people of European descent. About 40,000 people have moved to New Caledonia from France since the 1998 accord. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.